I recently took a pair of pants to a tailor. They were part of a suit, and I had previously asked another tailor to bring them in so that they would fit me. The coat of the suit fit fine, but the pants were just much too big. And when I went to pick them up from that tailor, that first tailor, I was rushed. I had to go and make a visit someplace and didn't have a lot of time, so I just picked them up and left. I did not try them on until the next day. And that tailor, well, they had done a bad job. The pants were still many sizes too big. They would not stay up, and even with a belt, they didn't look right because they just hadn't been taken in properly. It hadn't been done well enough to make them wearable. So I put those up in my closet, and well, with everything else that I had going on at that time, I left them there. Months and months passed, and well, I recently took that pair of pants out, and I was looking at them and thought it would be nice to wear that suit. So I went to another tailor. The assistant was in, and he measured me, and he made all of the necessary marks on the pants, and I left, and I would give them a call and find out when they would be ready, and I could go pick up my pants. Well, that afternoon, the tailor called me. He thought that he could see what needed to be done from the way that his assistant had marked the pants, but he wasn't sure that his assistant had gotten everything just right. So he asked me if I could go back in and let him mark the pants to make sure everything would be done correctly. My answer was, of course. I didn't just want my pants tailored, I wanted my pants tailored correctly. And that made me think about a statement found in the book of James chapter 4, verses 13 through 17. Notice what we find here. James chapter 4, beginning with verse 13, we read the words, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell and make a profit, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that. But now you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is sin." Now, as we look at this passage, we correctly observe when we read it that we need to be sure that the Lord is at the center of our plans. Not just that we think about Him from time to time, but that our plans are focused on Him. His will is what matters. But don't stop with verse 16. As we look at verse 17, here we are told, "Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is sin." You see, it is not simply that we should put God at the center of our plans. It is that we must put God at the center of our plans. When I was growing up, I was taught that when building something, you measure twice and cut once. Well, let's be sure that we do that in our Bible study. Like that second tailor, let's be sure that we have the right measurements, and then let's make sure that we follow the will of God to live on this earth. Psalm 19 and verse 7 in the Old Testament reminds us, "The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple." Follow the Bible. The inspired Word of God. Make the Lord's will the driving force in your life. Thank you for watching this devotional. We invite you to come and worship with us anytime that you are in Albuquerque. You will find a group of people who love Jesus, who are trying to live for Him, and who are glad that you stopped in to worship with us.